What is up, guys? My name is Tyler and welcome to episode number 11 of season 2 of my FIFA 16 Olympique Marseille Career Mode. We're gonna go ahead and start off today's episode with a bit of training as per usual. If you guys go ahead and drop a like for me, that would be greatly appreciated. Right now, in fact, go down to that like button and smash 70 likes for me. That would be greatly appreciated. But looking at the training session, did we do okay? No. We got 1 B, 3 Ds, 1 C. It's pretty average, but I think we're kind of used to that at this point. But either way, today is going to be a huge episode. You can see our first game of the episode is coming up against Paris FC in the Coupe Nationale, which frankly, I don't care too much about. So that's one game we're going to be simulating for sure. And then after that, we're also going to be simulating this game against Caen, who we did simulate against earlier this season and did in fact beat them, I think like 4-0. And at the time, they were like top 4 in the league. So it was a huge win at the time. And I think we can beat them once again. Maybe not by 4-0, but at least maybe like 2-1 or 1-0 or something like that. Either way, we're definitely simulating these two games to start off the episode, and after that, you can obviously see we have Juventus in the round of 16 of Champions League, the team that I'm doing next for my career mode. After this season of Marseille ends, I'm starting a new career mode with Juventus, so it'll be nice to see what they have in store for us in this game. And then after that, we are taking on Lyon in the Clash of the Olympics, and then Lille, who do sit 3rd place in the league right now, just 2 points below us. So if we could widen the gap between 2nd and 3rd by getting a win against them in this game, that would be absolutely huge. So lots of good games going on in today's episode. We might as well go ahead and simulate forward to the next game against Paris FC and see if we can get the win in that competition. As I said, don't really care too much about cup competitions this year, just really want to focus on Champions League, see how far we can get in there, and the league itself, which of course we want to win for sure. So let's go ahead and go with our second team. Looks like our first team's a bit too fatigued, and we'll see if they can get the win here away from home at Paris. Really, as I said, don't care too much about this result. Frankly, I kind of prefer a loss just because it will allow us to not have as much congestion in our fixtures. So let's see what will happen. Let's skip in the 25th minute now. We actually win 1-0. Alessandrini scoring a late minute goal to get us the win in that game. Not too bad, but we'll go ahead and advance forward to the next game, which we're going to be simulating against Caen, and I'll meet you guys there. Before we get into that game, I don't really know why I need to show you guys this, but we did get 60,000 euros added to our budget after that win in the Coupe Nationale, which is obviously not even going to make a difference in our budget at all. That is almost nothing, but we're now away from home at Caen. They were in the top 3 or 4 some point during the season. Where are they now? I knew they'd drop off a little bit. They did fall to 8th. It's still a pretty big game, so maybe we should be playing it, but we simulated against them last time and absolutely destroyed them, so I'm feeling pretty confident going into this game. Unfortunately, we do have our Champions League game just a few days after this one, so I'm going to go with our second team once again. I'm actually going to change Remy because I kind of want him as a super sub, or if not, I want to start him in that game. So let's bring on TRayALLDay and go like that for this one. Save changes to the team, and then we'll go ahead and simulate that game against Caen, and hopefully we can see a similar result like we did the previous time we simulated against them, although I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think 4-0 is gonna be even close to that. I think maybe like 2-1, and I'm not even sure we get the winning result in that 2-1 that I just predicted. So we'll skip once we hit halftime, 45th minute. Anything gonna happen? Only a yellow card in the space of 35 minutes. That's a really boring game. Let's go ahead and skip. 1-0 the final score. Cabela scoring just before we hit that skip button. Nicely done, 1-0, I'll definitely take a win there. And after that win, it's now time for another training session. Can we get something maybe above average? We're used to average at this point. Rakit going up in a few attributes, interceptions, marking, and short passing, which is pretty good. Almost to that illustrious 80 overall, which we want him to be at. Luca Dean not doing well, Arias not doing well, but when Rakit hits 80, we'll definitely be training just Arias and Dean because we want our whole defense to hit 80 overall, as I've mentioned several times during this series. But either way, as I said before, just a few short days after that previous game, we do have this Champions League fixture against Juventus. We're away from home, so it's going to be a tough one. But you know what? Going into this series, maybe at the start of last season, I would have said we're going to get absolutely pummeled against Juventus. But looking at our first team now, this team is strong enough to go into Juventus and get the full 3 points. It's really good. The only problem with our team, I'd say, is our defense. That's why I want to get them all to 80 overall. But apart from that, our attack is tremendous. Batshuayi, Andrade, Ribéry, Feghouli, Diarra, who's 85 overall, Rafinha. We have some good substitutes in Remy Cabela, Loic Remy, Fred, Alessandrini. So I'm very confident going into this game. This is going to be my team for it, except Remy in instead of Batshuayi. I really want to try out this first team rather than the other one. If we need to make a change, it'll probably be Andrade coming out for Batshuayi or maybe Cabela, but Either way, this is our team, and this is theirs. A very, very good starting 11, signing the likes of David Alaba, which always happens in career mode, Nemanja Matic as well, Socrates. Very good starting 11, and we have to be worried about that. But I tell you what, our team's going to look a lot better when we take on the Juventus career mode. It's going to look a lot better than that, and it's still a very good team. Matic finding Morata. Morata back to Matic, into Claudio Marchisio. A nice pass to Mandzukic, back to Marchisio, back to Mandzukic, back out to Matic, back to Marchisio, back to Mandzukic. Great passing play from them, but it doesn't result in a goal, thank God. Andrade, come on Faguli, make that run. He does. Trying to beat Chiellini. He does. Sees Remy in the box. He's injured, but he turns and shoots. Wasn't a great shot, and Buffon makes an easy save. Ribery finding Victor Andrade. Like Remy's wide open, but he is injured, so it's going to be a little bit tough for him. Oh my God, it fell to Ribery. Ribery, shoot! Andrade, shoot! Why'd you flick it up? I don't know, but it was beautiful, and it hits off the post. Unlucky. As we did see in that first half, Loic Remy did get injured, so just as a precaution, we're going to take him off for Michy Batshuayi, who does have full fitness. We might as well bring him on. We should be 1-0 ahead, and maybe Batshuayi can make the difference. Sees Rafinha open. Rafinha, nice little pass to Victor Andrade, cutting in the box, tries to shoot cross goal. Chiellini with a nice block. Rafinha, can view for us. Onto Rakik. Rakik playing through Ribery. What a save from Gianluigi Buffon. Andrade to Rafinha. Batshuayi make that run. He does. Batshuayi, yes, he side foots that into the back of the net in the 80th minute to give us the lead. Here's a look at the replay. Lassana Diarra gets a bit lucky to get that pass off. Finds Andrade, who finds Rafinha, who finds Batshuayi. He's gonna finesse that past Gigi Buffon. This goal was coming. We have been dominating them all game, and that goal is completely deserved. But Michy finally gets it for us. 1-0. Bella. Batshuayi making a run now. Come on, push forward, Michy. I know you don't have the most pace, but you should still be able to get forward at least a little bit. He's going to stay on the ball. I probably could have passed it off a few times, but Michy's going through. Michy's going to shoot, and he puts it just wide. Oh, we couldn't get the ball back. Andrade had it there. I don't know why the ref decided to blow his whistle at that point, but he does regardless, and we come away with a 1-0 result. I'm actually delighted with that, in all honesty. I would have taken a draw, a 0-0 draw, but we get an away goal, which is going to be huge going into the second leg, and you can't really complain going into Turin and getting 3 points there. So big result. Let's take a look at the match facts as well. As I said earlier in the game, we were completely dominating them, and that goal was deserved, so extremely happy with that result. Let's move on. And after that game, we do learn that Loic Remy is out for 3 weeks, which is pretty unfortunate because we do have some big games coming up that we could use him for, but we're not going to be able to use him now since he's out for 3 weeks. But it does allow the likes of Alessandrini and Cabella to get more game time now that he is injured. But our next game is in the league, coming up against Lyon, who do sit, where do they sit? Just behind us, 3 spots behind us, in 4th place with 51 points. We're actually in 1st now, which is just incredible after that simulation against Kai, and obviously PSG dropped a few points, so not doing too shabby. I'd love to get a win here to widen that gap between 1st and 4th. So let's go ahead and get straight into it and take a look at both sides. So because of yellow card accumulation, we had to make a few changes to our second team. Lassana Diarra from our first team is going to join our second, and same with Luca Dean, but other than that, it's pretty much our normal second team. And as for Lyon, they have a pretty decent starting 11. I think they sold Lacazette, so he's not in there. Beauvais in real life isn't there anymore. Bisevage isn't in there anymore either, but it's not a bad side. You can see why they sit in 4th place, but hopefully here we can get the win. Oh God, they're through. They're through. Claudio Beauvais gonna, why? Why did he do that? Like, this is an ultimate team. Why should he have, like, the urge to sweat that one across when he's through on goal? Thank God for that, either way. Trying to cut around their whole defense. I want to get him his debut goal. He's cutting inside. Not a debut goal, his first goal. He tries to shoot there, and it was horrendous. They're through again. Maxwell Cornet. He didn't find Valbuena. He finds Beauvais, who finds Valbuena, and Mandanda makes the save, but it bounces off of him and goes into the back of the net. Just ridiculous. We should not be down in this game. Here's a look at the replay. Cornet going through. Our defense is nowhere to be found. Beauvais into Valbuena, and Mandanda tries to make the save as best as he can, but I can't blame him for that one. He's been outstanding all season, and he's going to make a few blunders here and there, even though that one I don't think you can consider a blunder. We're down 1-0. Where are they? Oh my God, they're through again. Just, this is unbelievable. Our defense is horrendous in this game. Aldo Kalulu. That would have been a hell of a goal from him. Play it through Aldo Kalulu. He's got pace and he's got space. Cuts it back, beats Nordfight. He's going to find Grenier, trying to whip it across. Oh my god, thank you, Mandanda. Well, it's probably not going to matter anyway. And that's where the ref is going to blow his whistle for full time. That is a very unfortunate loss. We really needed to get the 3 points in this game to push our lead ahead in first place, but unfortunately, Lyon came to play today. Our defense was nowhere to be found for most of that game. To be fair, we were pushing forward a bit just so that we could get the goal. We were the home team, so I felt like we could push forward a bit more, but it came back to bite us in the butt, and Lyon were able to push forward and grab that goal. You can see by the match facts as well, we only had one shot, and it wasn't on target. That is just not good enough. We need to be doing better in our next game, so let's go ahead and jump straight into that one. But before we do so, we have another training session to go through. Once again, Dean, Arias, and Rakik. Can they grow it all? Yes, Rakik getting up to that 80 overall, so now we don't have to train him anymore. That's another player that's up to 80 overall in our starting 11. Either way though, guys, it's now time for the final game of the episode, which is arguably the biggest of the episode itself. Coming up against Lille, who you guys just saw are 2 points behind us in the league, so getting a win here would be huge. And this is the team we have to beat. Yassine Benzia, one of my favorite up-and-coming players from Lyon, fortunately hasn't quite lived up to that potential, is their starting striker. Bateyek on the left-hand side, Sofiane Buffon with the 5-star skills on the right wing. It's a very, very good side. You can see why they sit in third. And then for us, it's our box standard starting 11, except for Benjamin Mendy coming in for Luca Dean, who is a bit low on fitness, but other than that, it's our normal team. Let's see if it can help us get the win. Andrade's making a class run, a class ball from Rafinha, finds Andrade, and 4 minutes in, we are ahead in this game. Go ahead and celebrate with us away fans. 1-0, let's go! Here's a look at the replay. Rafinha just charging through their whole defense. Andrade sees an opening. Rafinha finds him, and he smashes it past the keeper to put us ahead in this game. Come on, boys! Ribéry sees Andrade. He's gonna see Benjamin Mendy cutting through. Come on, should we cross this one? Let's do it. It's gonna find Feghouli, tries to take it on the volley, it falls to Ribéry off the post, and he can't get a shot off from the rebound. Rafinha to Diarra, Diarra to Andrade, Andrade to Batshuayi, he can't get his foot to it. Basha, that was a great clearance to be fair to him. Andrade to Feghouli, Feghouli, that is a great run for Batshuayi and a great pass to find them. Shoot! Oh my god, I don't know how Sidibe caught up to him, but he did, and we weren't able to get the shot off. A great shot off anyway. Batshuayi. Andrade over the top to Rafinha. He's gonna side foot it with his left foot, finds the back of the net. Really, we deserve this goal. We have been dominating them throughout this entire game, and it easily deserved to be 2-0 at this point, maybe even 3-0, but Andrade seeing a nice run being made from Rafinha, gonna side foot it straight at Nyema, but it still goes into the back of the net regardless, which I don't really care about. A goal's a goal at the end of the day, and it's 2-0. Okay, that was bad. That was bad. Bateyek gonna side foot it, hits the post. Unlucky for them. Very fortunate for us. Nice tackle from Sofiane Feghouli. Puts us into space. Andrade make the run. He does. Repay Sofiane Feghouli. Stop and turn inside. Find Andrade first time. Somehow finds the back of the net. Unlucky clearance from Savelli. Nyema was kind of judging that to go a different direction, but Savelli put a foot in. It threw Nyema off, and it found the back of the net. Here's a look at the replay. Feghouli to Andrade. Back to Feghouli, who's going to Burba spin inside. Back to Andrade. And then the shot, a little bit lucky for us. And we're 3-0 ahead. And that's where the ref's gonna call it 3-0, the final score, and arguably the biggest game of the episode. This is gonna widen the gap between second and third, and it will push us, really just make it a two-man race for first place in the league between us and PSG. So this win is absolutely huge, and I can't believe we came away with the 3-0 result. You can see by the stats as well, we definitely had more shots and shots on target. In fact, double the amount of shots and shots on target that they had. It was even possession-wise. Tackles were pretty even. I mean, most parts of the game were pretty even. It's just we were more clinical with our chances. We had more clear-cut chances, more shots on target, and we were able to come away with the result. Either way, though, guys, that's where this episode's going to go ahead and come to a close. If you did enjoy, please be sure to drop a like on the video. 70 likes, as I said before, is the goal for this episode. But other than that, I've been TRayALLDay or Tyler, and I'll catch you guys next time.